This is a thing.
It's right underneath the crescent.
Is there? Yep.
All the way back. All the way back.
Yeah. I see her. Look at her.
Which one?
She's the one with the hand wall. Look at her. She kind of sad. She's almost at the edge of the map.
Well, also have a slight disadvantage.
Not feeling
Good afternoon. We're glad to have you here this afternoon. Please remain standing through the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance led by Senior Class President Patrick Thomas Dunn, the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner by the Hampton Bays High School Band, and the invocation given by the Reverend Warren Haynes, rector of St. Mary's Episcopal Church in Hampton Bays. We'd like to have the presentation of colors at this time by the Hand Aldrich Unit number 924 of the American Legion.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
This time it's with great pleasure that I introduce the Reverend Warren Haynes, Rector of St. Mary's Episcopal Church.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for this day and the wonderful gift of life. We pray your blessing upon this class that is being graduated and upon their family and their friends. Wherever they go, whatever they do, make them channels of your peace, that where there is hatred they may sow love, where there is injury, pardon, where there is doubt, faith, where there is despair, hope, where there is darkness, light, and where there is sadness, joy. Grant that they may so not much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. Help them to believe and know that it is in giving that they will receive, it's in pardoning that they will be pardoned, it's in dying to self that they will be born to life. Bless their going out and thy coming in, and hold them always in your love. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Deborah Ann McGovern, who will present the salutatory address for the class of 1989. Deborah?
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Parents, teachers, fellow graduates. 7 years we spent in this fine school, and today we say goodbye. We've made great friends and had good times. Now we're off to junior high. We've come a long way since we recited those words, written by Rod Green at our 6th grade graduation. At that time, our high school years were all ahead of us, and expectations were high. Now we've come to the end of those high school years. As we sit here today, we may be reflecting on the time we spent here at Hampton Bays High, remembering those teachers who have helped us to build a firm foundation from which to begin our future. Through our coursework and extracurricular activities, we've each found interests which we plan to pursue after high school. Without the help and encouragement from our teachers, we never would have been able to come as far as we have. Some of us may also be remembering those teachers who gave us the opportunity to learn how to overcome disappointments and not let them keep us down. Along with the help from our teachers, we've each also benefited from help from our friends. Because Hampton Bays is a small town, most of us have known each other since kindergarten, if not before, and through the years, close friendships have formed. Through these friendships, we each have special memories which we'll take with us no matter where life leads. As I look around today, tons of memories already come back. I remember sitting in those stands cheering for the Bayman football team. I can see us riding our homecoming floats around the track, and even that dreaded mile comes to mind. As we prepare to go our separate ways, we'll always have these moments to remember. While our teachers and friends had a big part in helping us to become who we are today, let's not forget to thank those who probably had the toughest job. I bet there were times that our parents thought we'd never see this day. I can especially remember my parents helping me with my elementary school homework and patiently explaining that, yes, the answer is in the book, and no, the teacher is not stupid for making you do this. I bet just about everyone here has similar memories. Well, as you can see, we're here, we've made it, and I want you to know we never could have done it without you. While teachers and friends may come and go, one thing will always remain the same, and that is our parents. And with their love and support, there's no telling how far we may go. I think Bette Midler's song, Wind Beneath My Wings, says it all. In it she says, "It might have appeared to have gone unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth, that I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. And I can fly higher than an eagle because you are the wind beneath my wings." Combining the help and support from all three, our teachers, our friends, and of course our parents, will make for one successful future, and we thank you all.
This year's 1989 Valedictory Address will be presented by Paul E. Bunning. Paul?
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. When it was announced over the PA system in school that I was the valedictorian, I felt really good. I felt that it would be an honor to represent this class at graduation, but I quickly remembered that this address came along with the name. I hate public speaking. That made me decide to make this as short as possible, but still get across the few points I felt needed to be made. I bet you're all terribly disappointed. The first thing is all the thanks and gratitude I must bestow upon some teachers who didn't go crazy when I spoke out in class with some occasionally riot-producing comments, namely Mr. Hartnett. I would also like to thank certain teachers for going beyond the call of duty to help my stubborn mind, especially Mr. Doty and Mr. Kelly. I bet you expect me to ramble on about how many great years I had here and all that stuff. Wrong. I thought it would be nice to look at our school present and future. We as a school district need to keep the quality staff we have. This, however, does not mean the staff is as good as it can be. Any staff, no matter how good, can be improved. We need them so that the kids can get the help they need to prepare for the real world lying down the road. The teachers are there to assist the students who need that extra bit of push, but it is the pupil's job to seek out the help that he needs. After all, education is not a job done alone. It is the cooperation, the joint effort, the interaction between students and teachers to pass along the accumulation of knowledge. Not just from teachers to students, but from students to teachers also. It is important to learn from the mistakes made in the past. We, the class of 1989, are now taking the steps which will determine where we live, where we will meet, who we meet, what jobs we choose, and what lifestyle we will lead. And I don't mean by calling up Nancy Reagan's astrologist. Some of us have decided to enter the workforce or the armed services. Many have decided college is the way to go. and some of us have decided to stick around high school for another year, not exactly by choice. We are the future of America, and as such, we will face the problems that the older generations leave behind, such as pollution, national debt, racism, and drug abuse. We must learn to educate our peers. We must teach our children the values of what is right and wrong. We must work to keep America the best country in the world. We must be active in our quest for truth and justice. After all, if we can't trust our judicial system, who can we trust? And last, but far from least, we must hope George Steinbrenner dies so the Yankees can build a real competitive team. Being a senior means a couple of things. One is the respect you get from the younger kids. They idolize the seniors. I did when I was smaller. A couple other things are the senior breakfast, senior skip-out day, the senior prom, and days off from school to go visit some universities. I have to say I enjoyed these things quite a bit. One of the bad things about being a senior is that it's like getting your training wheels off your bicycle. When we get to college, your parents aren't there to help you maintain your balance. That also has its good points, but we won't get into those here. There are only a few things I regret. One was not making it to the National Honor Society in my junior year. But I get my glory time under the spotlights here right now. I find it ironic that the only recognition for academic excellence in the school is the speech, which was never too thrilled to be about making. Another regret is the hope that the school budget passes in the future years. This town sometimes looks at things backwards. We're upset about taxes, so we get back at our politicians by voting down the budget. Not quite true. What that does is hurt the students that are coming up from the schools and may end up costing more taxes, being that this town has no attractions to offer young adults unless they like pizza parlors, gas stations, or real estate agencies. In order to fix that, something's going to have to be constructed as a public sports arena or something like the hockey rink in town, which is not quite getting anywhere. And that's most likely going to cost more money. Anyway, that's about all I have to say. Except that this class was one of the best. We had brains, beauty, excellence in sports, and character. We'll be leaving, but only physically. We'll remain in the memories of teachers. Fondly, I hope, but that's probably wishful thinking. I would like to make one more thank you. That's to my friends HB Tripodi and Glenn Rothenberg for putting up with my antics for many years. My parents for their support, and my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Viemeyer, for my desire to be #1. I didn't get my Scholastic Award then, but I was always remember the 3 words on my science final that year. I expected better. Well, look at me now. Are you satisfied? In conclusion, I would like to wish my classmates the best of luck in whatever they do in their future. May they be the best that they can be. In the words of the immortal Elmer J. Fudd, that's all, folks. Now let's get the ceremony moving. Thank you.
Each year, we are very fortunate to have a number of graduation awards, prizes, and scholarships. This year, Mr. J. Stephen Bonna, Director of Counseling Services for the Hampton Bay School District, will present these scholarships, prizes, and honors, and we are very happy today to have a large number of presenters from the organizations here to assist us. Mr. Bonna?
On behalf of the Board of Education, the Superintendent, and the members of the administration and faculty, I'd like to thank all of you people who support the various organizations that will be making presentations with the various activities they have throughout the year, because it's from there that they're able to obtain the means to show recognition to a number of students at this ceremony. The first presentations will be made by the American Legion, and I would ask their representatives to please come forward. first award is the American Legion Certificate School Award for Distinguished Achievement and is presented to Meredith Schurter. Second certificate, an honorable mention, is made to Kimberly Meyer. Certificate of Distinguished Achievement, the Private First Class Ronald Simmons Memorial Award for Instrumental is made to John Morales. Two awards are made in the area of athletics in the memory of Lieutenant Michael Hornet. This award is presented in memory and honor of Marine Lieutenant Michael Hornet, a former Hampton Bays student and athlete who made the supreme sacrifice by giving his life for his country while in military service during World War II. The award is presented to a man of Hampton Bays High School graduating class for individual athletic ability, participation, good sportsmanship, both on and off the field, and is made to Gerard Kalb. A certificate of honorable mention is awarded to John Tuklowski. The next awards are presented in honor and memory of Miss Phyllis Fusco, a former Hampton Bays school teacher who passed away after a sudden and fatal illness. Much respected for her devotion and love of the art of teaching, the award is presented to a woman of the Hampton Bays High School's graduating class for individual athletic ability, participation, and good sportsmanship both on and off the field, and this certificate is awarded to Jessica Dupree. An honorable mention certificate is awarded to Rachel Katari. Two awards and two runner-ups, both male and female, are made in the memory of Sergeant John Couture, former Hampton Bays student who made the supreme sacrifice by giving his life for his country while in military service during the Vietnam War. Our two winners are John Maggio honorable mention, Todd Dawson. Amongst the ladies, the Certificate of Distinguished Achievement is made to Meredith Schurter. An honorable mention to Kimberly Meyer.
Very good.
In memory of Lieutenant Michael Hornet, Memorial Award is presented to Gerard Cal. And the Phyllis Fusco Memorial Award is presented to Jessica Dupree. Thank you. The next presentation will be made by Dr. Raff, and he represents the Lions Club.
He does?
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Hampton Bays Lions Club, it is with your cooperation that I have the distinction and privilege of making awards totaling $2,500. It seems that each year judging these awards is more difficult. The award this year each five. First one is John Morales for $300. The second award is for Glenn Rothenberg, $300. Third award is for Betty Fotopoulos for $5. Fourth award is for $600 to Debbie McGovern. And the last award of $800 is Paul Bunning. And no, you're not through with me yet. For the 23rd year, I think, the Committee for the Greg Weiss Award in memory of a young man who sacrificed his life in the spring of 1965, I have the privilege of awarding $200 to Rodney Carter.
The next award is presented by the Michelangelo Lodge, the Sons of Italy, to a senior who is pursuing a career in the field of art and/or music, and this year the presentation is to Richard Steen. The next award is the Richard F. Marin Memorial Award given by Marin, DeBron, Cruz, and Simonson. It's an award given to a student in business education planning to pursue higher education who has demonstrated to the satisfaction of a committee selected from the faculty that they're entitled to such award, and this year the award will be presented by a representative to John Tuklowski. The next award will be presented by Mrs. Murata. It's the William H. Danielle Memorial Award.
The William Danielle Scholarship Fund is given in memory of Billy Danielle, who died in a drowning accident in 1980. He was a student at Hampton Bays High School. The award is given to a student who has demonstrated outstanding citizenship and scholarship, and this year's award goes to Roderick Green.
The League of Women Voters of Southampton has asked me to present the following award to a student whose activities and scholastic achievement in the area of public participation in government are to be recognized. The League is dedicated to promoting informed participation in government. They run registration campaigns to inform citizens about registration and voting procedures, study public issues, and are a nonpartisan organization, and they wish to congratulate Karen Wedderhan. Our next presenter will be Mrs. Wilson for the Parent Teachers Association.
On behalf of the Parent Teachers Association, I am pleased to announce this year's winners of the Hampton Bays PTA scholarships. They are Betty Fotopoulos and Kimberly Meyer.
The Daughters of the American Revolution wish to recognize the student who in the junior year attained the highest Regents mark and class mark, and the award is given to Roderick Green III. In American history. The next presentations will be done by Mr. Frederick Meyer of the Rotary Club.
The Hampton Bays Rotary Club, which is to award a 4-year scholarship to a graduate for overall achievement in the 4 years at Hampton Bays High School. I might remind all you students, however, that Rotary International offers scholarships for any studies which promote international understanding and friendship. We hope to have 6 of those available this year in Suffolk County for students in postgraduate studies. So think of that in the future. If you're planning to go on to postgraduate studies, those scholarships are $18,000 a year. This is a 4-year scholarship of $1,000 per year for each year of attendance. And as I open the envelope, it's awarded to Jennifer O'Neill.
Next presentations will be made by Chief Judy for the Hampton Bays Fire Department.
On behalf of the Hampton Bays Volunteer Fire Department, it gives me great pleasure to present the annual award, $250, to a graduating senior who has provided outstanding service to both school and community. I'm very pleased to present this year's award to Mr. Van Jagola.
Last year, an anonymous donor requested that each year an award be made to a student in the senior class who overcame a variety of adversities. The title of the award is the Inner Strength Award, and this year is awarded to Christine Locher. The next awards are presented by Panorama Glass.
Good afternoon. On behalf of my beloved father-in-law Donald, his wife Ann, and my family, I am proud to present the 3rd Annual Memorial Donald Cariello Panorama Glass Award to a deserving young senior. This senior is going to pursue her future endeavor in the workforce. She is extremely worthy of this award, and I am proud to present this year's award to Danielle Durier.
The next award is the Brian Tucker Memorial Award that I'll ask Mr. Hull, the athletic director, to present.
This award is being presented to a young man who was the Hampton Bays MVP for varsity baseball. And on behalf of the Hampton Bays Senior High School, it is a pleasure to present the Brian Tucker Award for the outstanding senior baseball player to Vito Ponot.
I would like the next recipient, when I announce her name, to just simply stand at her seat. But earlier this month, the Kiwanis Club recognized and made an award to Betty Fitopoulos. The next presenter is Mrs. Krecker, who is the Foreign Language Department Coordinator, who will present the Long Island Language Teachers Award for an outstanding 4-year language student.
The Long Island Language Teachers Award for Excellence goes to a 4-year language student who has achieved excellence in that language plus a minimum of 2 years study in a second foreign language. Our young lady who wins the award today has shown her commitment to foreign language by hosting a French teenager in her home this spring, and also her wish to continue her studies of a foreign language at the college level in the hopes of maybe becoming a foreign language teacher. I hope this happens. She would make a fine teacher. Our recipient is Miss Jennifer O'Neill.
I now call upon Mr. Quinn to make the Hampton Bays Teachers Association Scholarship Awards and the Isabel Norton Scholarship Award.
Good afternoon. Each year, the Hampton Bays Teachers Association awards 2 scholarships.
one for those students interested in the field of education, and one in honor of a long-term colleague, Isabel Norton, who passed away a few short years ago. The teaching scholarship is awarded by judging the applicants on academic performance, activities in school, community, and the expression of their interest in education. This year we have a most unusual situation. We had 5 applicants that are all in the top 25% of their class as a group. Individually, we found a girl who has completed student teaching both at the elementary and at the high school level, a student, another one, who was actively involved in the budget process last year, a graduate prepared to open a daycare center if she does not obtain a teaching position after college, a member of the top 10 of the class who is a camp counselor and is attending a leadership camp, and someone who has an extremely high number of activities and who, if I may quote, can't get enough of kids. Given this very unusual set of applicants, the Scholarship Committee voted to do something it has never done before and probably will never do in the future. We'd like to announce 5 scholarships in the amount of $200 each to the following, in alphabetical order: Jessica Dupree, Nancy McGee, Kim Meyer, Jennifer O'Neill, and Karen Whitall. Pleasure to make difficult decisions. The Isabel Norton Scholarship is voted upon based on the criteria of character, effort, personal accomplishment, and being a model for their peers. In other words, one of Isabel's kids. There was no difficulty in this choice whatsoever. Mickey Mazzella. Thank you.
I now call upon Mr. Phil Simon to make presentations for the Booster Club.
Good afternoon. We have 6 awards, each in the amount of $250 to be presented this afternoon. The first awards are for the Hampton Bays Booster Club Award, Jerry Kalb and Rachel Coteri. The next award is the Scholar Athlete Award, and that goes to Betty Fitopoulos and Todd Dawson. And finally, the all-around athlete goes to Carrie Hansen and John Tukowski.
On behalf of BOCES 2 2nd Supervisory District, Suffolk County, I've been asked to make this presentation of a certificate of completion for child care to Christine Ray. The Old Town Masonic Lodge is one of our yearly contributors, and this year has asked me to present 2 awards to 2 students who in the period of the 4 years of high school struggled and worked hard and achieved many of their goals. Two recipients this year are Anita Cole and Tom Tripodi. Four years ago, we were very fortunate to be recognized by Reader's Digest as being one of the top 3 schools out of over 400 schools in our SAD program, and each year since then, we've been given over $1,000 to award to graduating seniors. This year, the 3 awards are to be given to Debbie McGovern, Karen Noonan, and Elizabeth Giannone. This year we were very fortunate that when certain members of the Bay organization organized and started the Grass Green Bay Clean, that not only was one of the recipients at the elementary school the winner of the logo contest, we were given, because of other winnings that we did in our placement, 2 scholarships to offer to students who are interested in further advancing their education and work in the fields of environmental. And the 2 winners this year are Chris Colson and Jennifer Gaia for $1,500 each. For a student who has done exemplary work around the school on behalf of others, etc., we award the Charles Hauptman Memorial Award this year to Nancy McGee. A contest was held to determine the logo to be put on the graduating program, and this year's winner is Alan Ulrich. Last but not least, before I introduce Mrs. Ray, who will be making some awards for and to the class of '89, we're privileged today, and I will come down to them, to have with us 2 of the 5 ladies who were the first ladies to graduate from the buildings of Hampton Bays High School in 1925. Prior to that, they meandered around to the Methodist Church and other places, etc. So the 2 ladies we do have with us today are Miss Cole and Miss Jacobs. Now it's my pleasure to present Mrs. Ray, the advisor to the class of '89.
On behalf of the class of 1989, I present the 5 awards as follows. The executive committee chose the criteria, and a team of faculty members chose the recipients. The first award is for scholastic achievement, and it is with pleasure I present this to Betty Fotopoulos. The next award is for outstanding leadership, and I present that to Patrick Dunn. The next award is for achievement in athletics, and that goes to Rachel Kateri. The last two awards are to be given in memory of two students who have passed away, but who would have graduated with the class of 1989. The first award is for service and is being given in the name of Kim Krepper, and the award goes to Nancy McGee. And the last award is for achievement in character, a person you would really like to get to know. It's in the name of Ralph Lavalata, and the recipient is Martin Bard. As one of our faculty members said, Martin's the nicest exchange student we've ever had.
At this time, I would like to ask three separate groups of students to stand to be recognized for outstanding accomplishments during their 4 years of attendance at Hampton Bays High School. And you'll note that in your program there are 3 sets of symbols at the bottom of your list for the class of 1989. And I'm going to ask each of the groups to stand in place, and I'd appreciate it if you would hold your applause until the end. The first group are the students who were accepted and maintained good grades throughout their time in the National Honor Society. And I would like to ask these students to stand in place. Christine Catherine Commander, Patrick Thomas Dunn, Betty Fotopoulos, Roderick Sylvester Green III, Deborah Ann McGovern, Kimberly Ann Meyer, John Scott Morales, Karen Suzanne Noonan, Jennifer M. O'Neill, Janice Ann Redavid, Meredith Leah Schurter, and Heather Mary Solnacki, and Karen Wetterhahn. Could we have a round of applause for these students? Thank you. You may be seated. The next group of students will be receiving Regents diplomas in a few moments. I'd like to indicate that there were 2 students who were not identified on the program as such, and I'll indicate that when I reach them. Elizabeth C. Bankston, Carl Thomas Bonawant was not noted on his on the program. Paul E. Bunning, Christine Catherine Commander, Todd J. Dawson, not indicated on the program. Patrick Thomas Dunn, Jessica Ellen Dupree, Betty Fotopoulos, Jennifer Lynn Geyer, Vincent D. Giacoya III, Elizabeth N. Giannone, Roderick Sylvester Green III, Daniel Greishaber, Harold Griffiths III, Carrie Ann Hansen, Thomas Andrew Keating, Christopher James Colson, Rachel Ann Kateri, Thomas J. Lennon, Nancy Catherine McGee, Deborah Ann McGovern, Kimberly Ann Meyer, John Scott Morales, Karen Suzanne Noonan, Jennifer M. O'Neill, Paul John Pizzera, Carrie Patrice Quinlan, Janice Ann Redavid, Glenn E. Rothenberg, Jennifer Ann Segura, Meredith Leah Schurter, Heather Mary Solnacki, John Anthony Plakowski, Catherine Elise Tollison, Thomas Tripodi, and Karen Wetterhahn. A round of applause for the winners of Regents diplomas. Thank you. And the final group of students who continue to well represent our school's Regents scholarship list for the class of 1989. The following students are please asked to stand in place. Elizabeth C. Bankston, Paul E. Bunning, Patrick Thomas Dunn, Broderick Sylvester Green III, Deborah Ann McGovern, Kimberly Ann Meyer, John Scott Morales, Jennifer M. O'Neill, Glenn E. Rothenberg, Meredith Leah Schurter, and Thomas Tripodi. We have a round of applause, please. Thank you. Good afternoon. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome members of the Board of Education, especially Mrs. Ellen Tollefson and Ms. Selma Broder, who will be leading the Board of Education after many years of loyal service, and Dr. Patricia Horkin, our Superintendent of Schools. It gives us all great pleasure to be with the graduates of the class of 1989 and their families and friends this afternoon. In September of 1976, the students in the class of 1989 before us entered kindergarten with great anticipation and excitement, ready to embark on an adventure that would take 13 years to complete. At that point, no one was thinking specifically about this June day or the directions that our graduates would take at the conclusion of their high school careers. Along the way, there have been obstacles to overcome and victories to celebrate. There have been honor rolls, athletic victories, musical extravaganzas, outstanding yearbooks, mentathlon competitions, and all of the traditional activities that one associates with an exceptional high school experience. What we will remember most about the class of 1989 is its spirit and its diverse character. It is a class that has produced scholars who will attend schools all over the country, and it has produced students ready and prepared to join the workforce as carpenters and nurses and other professions. The town of Hampton Bays should be proud of the educational program that has been planned and presented to its youth. This class has taken advantage of what we have had to offer over the past 13 years. At this time, Mr. Rush, Mr. Klossman, and Dr. Horkin, it gives me great pleasure to present to you a class of distinction, the class of 1989.
Deborah Ann McGovern. Jennifer Beal. Jennifer Marie Katina. Amy Teresa Carter. Rosemary Barone. Yokiko Honda. Jennifer M. O'Neill. Meredith Leah Scherda. Kimberly Ann Meyer. Christine Lee Locher. Heather Mary Solnacki. Bridget Amy Burns. Catherine Elise Tollefson. Joanne Nielsen. Tamara Tracy Turner. Elizabeth N. Giannone. Michelina Loretta Mazzella. Anita M. Kolb. Danielle Marie Durier. Sarah Dean Flogi. Kimberly Karen Clausen. Ellen Jacquard. Rachel Ann Kateri. Dawn Marie Fallow. Jessica Ellen Dupre. Karen Wetterhahn. Christine Catherine Commander. Nicole M. Bocal. Christine Lynn Ray. Karen Suzanne Noonan. Stephanie Jean Hayes. Tracy Hill. Crystal Eve Livernosh. Carrie Ann Rizzuto. Carrie Patrice Quinlan. Margaret Christine Foley. Robin Lee Hatcher. Nancy Catherine McGee. Betty Fotopoulos. Elizabeth C. Bankston. Carrie Ann Hansen. Jennifer Lynn Geyer. Janice Ann Redavid. Jennifer Ann Segara. Paul E. Bunning. Vincent D. Giacoya III. Brian Weeks. Thomas Tripodi. John Scott Morales. Christopher Jones. Michael V. Barone. Kevin Thomas Fallow. Alan Ulrich. Stephen Boyd. Daniel Christopher Cooper. Michael Dennis Fruin. Greg C. Hansen. Christian Robert Shorland. Glenn E. Rothenberg. Richard J. Steam. Joseph Brian Lever. Justin C. Butts. Vito Ponelt. Samuel G. Brown. Thomas Langsdorff. Thomas Andrew Keating. John Edward Maggio. Harold Griffiths III. Carl Holfelder. Larry A. Haynes, Jr. Daniel Greishaber. Christopher James Colson. John Anthony Tukowski. Peter Bede Kiernan. Patrick Thomas Dunn. Paul John Pizzera. Roderick Sylvester Green III. Robert Allen Schmidt. J. Dawson. Carl Thomas Bonawant. Gerard W. Kalb. Rodney Carter. Thomas Brian O'Gara. Gregory S. Muse. Thomas J. Lennon. Darrell John DeMarco. Jason Judy. Matthew Brummagem. Joseph Michael Kutner. And Martin Bard.
We need the senior members of the band to please go to the band at this time. We're going to have them play one piece that was skipped a few moments ago.
Just a little longer. I know. Now wait for these people and then walk out. So you can't walk at the same time now. Okay.
High School Band. At this time, I'd like to ask the class of 1989 to stand. By the power vested in me as principal of the Hampton Bays High School, I declare that the class of 1989 here present has fulfilled all requirements as set forth by the local Board of Education and the Board of Regents of the State of New York, and is hereby duly graduated. Graduates at this time should move their tassels from the right side to the left side to symbolize graduation. Congratulations. At this time, please remain standing for the benediction to be given by Dr. Arnold C. Miller, pastor of the Hampton Bays United Methodist Church, and for the singing of Auld Lang Syne. Also, please remain standing and in place for the recessional while our graduates leave the gymnasium, leave the outside. And also, we would ask the faculty to lead the procession as the graduates exit. Dr. Miller?
That's a tough act to follow. May we join our hearts for just a moment of prayer. Lord our God, we pause on this happy occasion to remember that you are the Father of each one of us. We give thanks for all these graduates who have reached such a wonderful milestone in their lives. We commend these students for their hard work, their diligent study, their remarkable achievements both within the classroom and in extracurricular activities. We note that this world which we adults now pass on to you is not all that we had hoped it would be. There is still much to be done so that all others may enjoy the blessings and benefits which we now enjoy. Now that you graduates have perfected your skills, you have lifted high your hopes, you have set demanding standards for yourselves, we pray that you will use these talents, use your hopes, your dreams, to make this a better world for all of God's children. And that you will one day pass along this world to the next generation better than you found it. Bless you in the days ahead. May you achieve all you dream to do. Now we give thanks for the teachers who taught through their example of their lives and who see their profession as a holy calling. We offer thanks for these families who have brought you to this day, for their patience, their love, the ideas and ideals that they have shared with you. We give you the praise. Amen.
Thank you for coming this afternoon. We're proud of our graduates of 1989. At this time, would the faculty please lead the procession? Mrs. Ray will lead the girls. Mr. Bono will lead out the boys.